It's heavy.
That's important. You got a busted play here, and then Sanchez gets hit. The ball is loose. And
look at the fumble right here, and it's picked up on the bounce, and there he goes.
My dogs. We're back. This is week 7, man. We made it. Fumbling Back podcast. Here we are.
Week 7, man.
We're still picking shit.
Man, it's going by so fucking fast.
We're
really
doing
is.
good though.
We are.
I went 9-5 on the week. Shout out to the bye weeks. I didn't have to listen to the Lions.
Thank God.
You know my record. Let me find my record. It's a good one. It's dandy. If y'all were sticking with me, sticking to the Twitter post, 52, 39, and 3. If you want to take those 3 pushes, and you can give me a 1 and 2, and I'd still be 53 and 41. So
Good stuff.
take what
man.
you will with that. I've had a good year so far, so we're gonna keep it
stuff.
going. It only gets harder as
It does.
you know, because there's a mental wear that comes to this.
Well, I went 8-6, and I
that's
was
good.
disturbed and perturbed because it was a lot of games. It was a few games that I felt like, man, well, all these games could go either way, but you know, mine was really close. But I'll take the 8-6. I'm over 2. I think I'm like maybe 42 and 40, something like that.
Yeah,
So I'm over 2.
We're at like 90
Still
games,
500.
so you're
Yeah,
right
with 90
around
games,
there.
okay.
Yeah, you're probably right around like 50,
So-
50 or something. So
I'm still trying to get better. Now I'm 8-6. I know I'm 8-6 for my locks. So
yeah,
it's still over
that's not-
500.
yeah, see that's like the thing for me. My primetime games, I've been crushing, and
You
then
have been
Sundays,
crushing.
obviously, I started 0-4 on my Sunday afternoon betting, but I've got the last 2
Hey,
back. You know, shout out to
you
the
good.
Rams this last week.
The Rams surprised me, but they did their
I
thing.
told you
You did tell me that.
Carolina is a shit team, and we'll get to talking about it, but we have to ritually start off with the Thursday night game. This is ritual at this point. If you haven't joined, you know, follow us, all that good shit. I'm going to keep pumping this out. I'm going to start trying to get this really to the masses. This is basically the practice year.
Yes,
We're
it
proving
is.
ourselves.
We're trying to, yeah. You know, we're trying. We are trying to show our competence in order for you guys to, you know, continue to watch us and, you know, just show you guys our wares. I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're really good at talking shop, man. We, you know, you can see it from the picks every week. I'm gonna get you on some graphic shit. I only got a couple this week. I really wasn't on it. I was out doing my own thing this week, and I should have really took care of it. I got to get a little more responsible in year 2 as well, and finish this year strong. But we're gonna talk about this fucking Thursday game that I don't want to talk about. I don't even want to bet it, honestly. I honestly probably won't.
I may not either, man.
New Orleans on the road at the Arizona Cardinals. Both teams are 2-4. New Orleans is a 2-point dog in this. What is your thoughts on this? Because I hate it.
Hard game to handicap. I know Marquise Brown is out
Yep.
for this particular game.
Yep.
DeAndre supposedly is coming back.
Yeah, he comes
For the
back off
Cards,
suspension.
right.
And then they signed, or Robbie Anderson got
They
traded
did.
from the Panthers, so that'll help him a little.
Right, but he wasn't really doing anything this season either, though. I mean, he's a threat. I'm not gonna say he's not, but he's been kind of quiet this
Should have
season.
got A. They should have got DJ Moore. B.
Boom.
I mean, the Panthers are on their 5th QB.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was Jacob Eason after PJ Walker got hurt. It's fucking grim there.
It's very grim.
Hope
You know,
McCaffrey goes somewhere nice.
I hope he does. You know, and stays, you know, basically healthy. But in this particular game, I'm leaning Saints, but because Cardinals are playing terrible, in my opinion. Kingsbury is on the hot seat right now.
Oh
Coach.
yeah, without a doubt, that's like a given.
Yeah, they've lost all of their home games, all 3 home games. Do you understand that, right? That's crazy.
Best time is to bet Arizona now. That's
True.
where I'm at.
True.
I won't even really. I'm gonna be honest. I'm staying away from this. But yeah, I would take Arizona too.
Okay.
It's ugly. Lattimore's not playing again. Thomas is ruled out. We're still unsure about the QB situation in New Orleans, whether it's Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill, or Andy Dalton. I think they're all about the same.
Well, you know, I'm leaning towards the Saints because of other things with the Cards too. And I understand what you're saying about the Saints too, though. They have some issues. But the Cardinals have trailed in all 6 games. Okay. In the first half, Arizona has been outscored 89-29.
Nice.
Okay. I don't know what to say, man. You know, I'm gonna say Saints, and that probably will change. Damn, they got to change within a day, right?
I believe so.
I'm gonna take the Saints. I'm gonna go Saints just because I think that they have a little bit more continuity than the Cardinals right now. But I don't feel good.
Franchises are a mess. Yeah, and that's the thing. My theme of this week is my first instinct. I'm betting the opposite. I've been pretty hot lately, so
you've been
all
hot
good
like
things.
Fire.
All good things come to an end. Give me Arizona here. Let's go to probably one of my favorite games of the week. Green Bay going on the road to Washington. The line's moved 5.5 to 5. We'll call it 5 right now. I'm a fan for Washington, but like I said, theme of the show, I'm going Green Bay. They have to bounce back. And the problem is I'm so nervous about this because pass rush on the Commanders is good. You've seen that against the Bears. However, they should have lost to the Bears by 20. There was, the pick in the end,
Right,
the
true.
pick, the incompletion at the end of the game, and then I think there was a turnover on downs. Yeah, Khalil Herbert didn't get my first touchdown, so.
Yes. Well, for me, I took Washington. I don't feel good about this one either.
Nice.
I feel like both teams are struggling. But Washington has had a few more days to prep. But one thing that scares me about Washington is Carson Wentz is out, thumb injury. So I don't know how long he'll be out.
Is Heineke that much worse, though? Honestly,
probably not.
I mean, I watch these games, man. I watch Commanders games, and I'm telling you, Carson Wentz is an NFL QB, but Taylor Heineke isn't, no scrub either.
They may do better with Heineke, to be honest with you.
I mean, he played with them last year. They could cover games. I mean, Heineke played Green Bay last year, I believe, at home, and the line was 7, I want to say, and they didn't cover, but they were pretty close to backdooring it. So,
okay,
I have no problem with people betting Commanders. I, in fact, implore you to go do that, but I'm just opposite week for me, man. Green Bay.
Well, I think I don't know what's going on with Green Bay, but they have not played well. The defense can't stop any damn body now.
Yeah, I actually have a good question for you.
Okay.
Is this it for Aaron Rodgers? They're saying he's done, but I feel like he's kind of plateaued in terms of skill. So,
in terms of skill, yeah, but he's still better than more than 50% of the quarterbacks in the league right now. Still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give or take.
Give or take. I mean, with what he's working with.
What he's working with, yeah. His receivers, they don't get open.
They're not on page with him, running wrong routes. I
think his offensive line is not as good as it usually is either.
Yeah.
So I don't like Aaron Rodgers as a person.
Yeah, no one does.
But I appreciate him as a player, though, and I don't know how much of a leader he is either. If he's such a good leader.
I'm pretty sure he's not a leader either.
No, I don't think his teammates like him.
I don't think he's a locker room guy.
Right.
I think very negative of him as just a past Lions fan. But
right.
That was the main question I wanted to ask there. We'll move on.
I'm going to Washington. I'm gonna go Washington.
We've been burning time. Let's go to another shit show game because really, it could really go either way to me. Tampa Bay going on the road to Carolina. Carolina's desperate. They're 11-point home. Fucking dogs. My first instinct was Carolina. Easy money. And I thought about it because I'm like, Tom Brady's quitting on his team too. He's going to Robert Kraft's wedding. You know what? Fuck it. This is a bounce back week for him. TB's gonna cook, and I wouldn't say this is a lock, but it's all but a lock, and that's where I'm going to go with that. What do you got?
I lean Tampa Bay too, man. Just because Carolina is just that bad. We were talking about them just a few moments ago. I mean, they can't score. They're struggling worse than Tampa Bay, in my opinion, right now, man. I mean, 11 is a bit steep. Based off of how Tampa Bay looks, that's very steep.
That's very steep.
They look in disarray. Tom Brady.
Who
he
the
seems
fuck
to,
is starting
I
at
don't know.
quarterback for Carolina?
Good question. I thought I wrote that down, but I don't.
Is it Jacob Eason? Is it PJ Walker? Is it Sam Darnold? Like, any of these guys, I don't think really stand a chance. And I'll give the offensive line credit. They've played to their abilities this year. They've played okay. The defensive line has generated enough pressure. They had a pick 6 against the Rams last week.
Yes.
Stafford's famous for doing that.
Yes, he is.
However, in my honest opinion, I can just see myself picking on Carolina the rest of the year again because I did that last year and it seemed to work out. This is a poverty franchise, man.
Yeah, they look bad, man. I think this is bounce back time for the Buccaneers too. Tom Brady and company, they should really be upset at themselves because they have not played.
They should be upset at Tom
football.
Brady.
And Brady
playing
has
good
not played
football
well.
there.
I don't think he's focused, honestly.
You're
you.
skipping walkthroughs on a Saturday to go to a wedding for your past,
Yes.
GM or owner, whatever, owner. But yeah, it's kind of pathetic to me. I think he's checked out of football, honestly. I think him and Rodgers, I'm glad we have these back-to-back because I think both of these guys might be gone at the end of this year. However, this
It's like
week,
a shit show right now.
yeah, however, this week I actually like both of them because I think a lot of people are disgusted by what they see in both of them. And I think they can cover on the road. Road dogs aren't that bad to me.
I'm taking TB. I'm taking Tampa Bay.
All right, let's do it.
The bounce back.
All right, we got another one that, like I said, I thought about this one long and hard. I love talking about the hometown game because, we're Detroiters. Like, this is probably what most people that aren't, like, big football fans really care about. They care about the hometown team. That's about it. And I love talking about it because, like, I'm just getting the propaganda every single week when I listen to the radio, when I read shit online. And I really, I want to like this Detroit team. I just can't. They are 7-point dogs on the road to Dallas. And honestly, I am going to take Detroit this week because off a bye week, you should be able to hang with Dallas. I don't care if Dak Prescott's back. We don't know how good he is. Even though I know Detroit has possibly the worst secondary ever. What I'm seeing is people smashing that Dallas line all week, and they, win by 6. And, it's 36-31.
I was one of them smashing that Cowboys.
I believe
I
you.
just listen, and you make a good point. We're in the area, so we hear everything. And we see the team every day.
I pretty much watch the team every week. I usually have the Bills on one TV, the Commanders on another, and then the Lions are on a third. I'm not
we know what they're about, man.
Yeah, and
the defense is terrible.
Yeah, they ranked dead last in everything.
And what's going to be interesting about this game is they can score points. Detroit can, and I know DeAndre Swift should be coming back. What about Aquanius Brown, the receiver? Is he back? Is he coming back?
You mean Amon-Ra, St. Brown? Aquanius Brown's on the
That's,
Bears. Your other team.
Aquanius used to play for ND. I always get to mix up. They're brothers, of course.
Yeah, of course.
By the way.
Yeah. Shout out to their dad.
Is he? Yeah, his dad was talking a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know.
He was talking so much shit.
I think he is going to play. He's still listed as questionable, but like I said, Swift is the big one to me. I don't talk about running backs in a highlight ever, but this guy Swift, when he's on the field, he makes plays.
He's incredible. He's very incredible.
I actually really like his play. I don't like him as a guy because the supposed murder in Philly, but we'll leave that to be. People don't really know about that still, I'm sure.
It's under wraps, but I know about it.
Yeah, because me and you talk about it.
Yes. I think what's going to be interesting is Dallas's defense against Detroit's offense.
Yeah.
And I just believe that Dallas is going to be able to not stop them totally, but stop them enough to get a more than 7-point win. So I am taking Dallas, and Dak is coming back.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I just
at Dallas too.
Yeah, I just try not to buy into it too much. I think Dallas wins, Detroit covers, and we'll leave it at that. We got to move on. Let's go to the biggest divisional game possibly of the season to date. And it's not the one I'm gonna, it's not the one people are thinking of, but it is. This is a huge game. It is Indianapolis going on the road to Tennessee. Tennessee's a 2.5-point favorite. Indianapolis is 2-2-1, and Tennessee is 3-2. Indianapolis is 3-2-1.
Yes, they are. Yes,
Coming up, playing, and then
actually, yeah. Have they had a bye yet?
No, they haven't. Tennessee
so
had a
3-2.
bye. They're 3-2. I personally, I see a line like this. It's a coin flip. I feel like a lot of people still are mad at what Indy's done. Whether, people were betting the Jags last week or betting the Chiefs 3 weeks ago or betting, the Jags week 1, or not the Jags, Indy week 1 against the Houston Texans, or that shitty Thursday night game where I think people were betting the Broncos. I think people just publicly hate this team. I love this team, man. They're my guys. Give me the 2.5.
Okay.
And my first instinct was Tennessee's gonna roll them, but I got a good feeling about Indy this week.
I'm taking the Titans, man. Colts are my team, just not only because I'm from Indiana, but also because I've always had a little bit of love for them ever since they packed their bags in the Mayflower truck,
Yeah.
and without telling anybody, right, and just left.
Yeah.
But that was a ballsy move. But the reason I'm taking Tennessee is because they've had a bye. They've had time to prepare for this game. It's a huge game for both teams right now. Titans have won the last 4 meetings, so they kind of have their number a little bit.
Yeah.
But Colts do find ways to win, but their running game is not there, man. And that's you're gonna need that against when you go to visiting teams home and try to win a game.
Taylor comes back this week.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
But
Taylor is, let's just questionable, but
he hasn't played well though, even when he was out there.
no. But here's last year's stat. I remember. We'll just throw a fantasy stat just to kind of give perspective.
Okay.
Through 4 weeks last year, or 4 or 5 weeks last year, he was running back number 30, 34, 35, whatever the number was. It was pretty low. The next 10 weeks after, number 1, and he was in the top 5 about 8 of those weeks. So
Now, do you trust their offensive line though?
yes, I still do. I still do. I think
All right.
they played piss poor to start the year. They've lost men to injuries, but why not? I'll buy low just for a team that there's teams at this point of the season people are down on, and it seems to work. It seems to the results are in the betting market, and you see you'll probably see a huge Tennessee handle, and it probably won't get much bigger than -3, -3.5, just because of the risk that it poses.
Yes. I'm taking it early. I think this is going to be one of my locks as well. Tennessee Titans. I think they can win this game by at least a field goal, straight up.
Yeah, and that's fair to believe. I tend to not believe it. And that's fair. Let's move on. Because we got a lot of... this is a weird week. There's fun games, man. It's not that there isn't fun games, but all of the teams that are, good are on bye. We have the Rams on bye. We have the Vikings on bye.
You call the Rams good, really?
I think the Rams are still good. Yes.
Okay, we can bet that one. Are the Rams good?
Are the Rams good in winning the division still?
What's the spread on that one?
Yes. Yes. The Rams are still fine. Sorry to burst your bubble there. They'll be fine. The Vikings are I think the Rams are better than the Vikings, and they're considered good. And then
That's debatable. We'll see about that at the end of the season.
yeah, the Eagles are good.
Eagles
There's no doubt about that, and the Bills are the best team in the league.
Right.
You've seen it on Sunday. Shout out to the Bills.
Bills doing their thing.
Bills
Where's that
Mafia
candle
show.
at? Where's the candle?
It's there.
Okay, there it is.
We got the Bills, we got oh man, Bills shit coming out.
All types of props for the Bills. All right.
Fans are, oh man, shout out Rand for that. Yeah, she bought me a bunch of Bills shit for Sweetest Day. I forgot that's a
Nice.
holiday for men.
For men, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot last year. I think that's why she went and bought me a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh, I don't care.
And I'm wondering too, is
She's the
it
best.
more of a Midwestern holiday?
I don't know what. I think it's just the opposite to Valentine's Day.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's something for the guys.
Yeah, but I don't ask much. Miranda does everything for me anyway, you know. So shout out to her.
Quick thing though, too, not to change the subject.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
We I looked up because I was at home. I was in my hometown, and I was with my family.
For sure.
And we were thinking like, okay, where does Father's Day rank as one of the the better holidays?
Oh man,
It was like 10th, man. It was not cool.
Father's Day
It was
gets
not
no
cool. I'm like,
respect.
damn.
It's because moms put such an emphasis on Mother's Day. As I've grown up,
That was the second one. That was the second or third ranked.
Yeah, see, my
Mother's Day.
mom always made a big fucking fuss about Mother's Day. My dad was like, "You don't have to give me anything." And then
Right.
we basically would come over with a case of beer and a pack of smokes, and he was like the happiest man ever. You know,
Right,
men are
right.
very easy to please when you think about
We
it.
really are.
I think
Just-
women are easy to please too,
just,
but
hey.
just don't be a shithead. That's rule number one.
Buy me some underwear that fits. That's all I need.
There you go.
But go ahead.
Yeah, that's my dad. Socks and underwear. Swear to God. Yeah, that's a dad ass thing to say.
Where we at?
A fun game. We're at the fun game section now because I think every
Okay.
single game now is fun. New York Giants 5-1, 3-point dogs to the Jags. This is screaming for you to take the Jags because everyone's like, "Hey, the Giants have to lose at some point, right?" Wrong. I'm going Giants. If you look at my trend, it's basically all away teams this week too.
I'm going Jags, man. The Giants have covered the spread in each of their past 3 contests. I understand that. But the Giants are 2-5 ATS in the last 7 road games. Now, I know that a lot of this, some of it is based on this season, but, some of it is based on last season, too. They are playing better. They're running the ball. They're not turning the ball over either, which is very important. But I don't know. I think the Jags have lost 2 in a row. They come back home. They should be really steaming from those last two losses. I think they get it done, man, this time around.
I mean, it's fair to assume that. I mean, the Jags still are competing for a divisional title to this point. You got to think that's a competitive division. If Indy wins that game and the Jags win that game, they're right there where they're 3-3.
They're 3-3, yep.
So they'll be 4-3. They'll be a half game behind Indy.
Yeah, they'll still be right there.
You know, right there. It's gonna be a dogfight. I think the public wants to bet New York too, and I'm kind of there with them. I mean, this Jags team a year ago won fucking 3 games. They went 3-14. Had the first overall pick of the draft. They're giving results. They beat the Chargers, but they also lost to shitty teams like the Commanders. There's there's a switch with them. It's on off. And
Yeah.
give me the Giants to prove everyone wrong and that this team isn't mediocre.
True. Just a little something for the public too. The Giants defensively are ranked 15th in the league, which is really solid.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming before the season started.
No one did.
And I know we're only in week 7, but
yeah,
still.
and that's the thing. I mean, I've been messing with my cousin a lot. I always tell him about these we talk about the Giants, and I'm always just like, they're gonna lose 7 in a row at some point.
The ball hasn't dropped
It
on that
has
yet.
not happened yet, so I'm waiting for it. But
I'm scared, and I might change this, but right now I got the Jags.
coaching, something about coaching, and me and you like preaching that. We'll move on. Another fantastic game. I think this is one of the. This might be the game I watched this week, besides the Lions. If I'm watching, really, I don't know how much. If the Bills, Eagles, or Rams aren't playing, I don't really know what to tell you. However, Atlanta's a 6-point dog on the road to Cincinnati, and that instantly raised giant red flags to me when my mind went, I need to keep betting Atlanta. No, I don't. Tell me why I need to keep betting Atlanta.
Because they cover. They're a cover machine right now, man. I mean, they're playing with such resilience. And they have some talent on that team, but they're playing over their heads. But they're steadfastly playing with compassion, and that's why they're able to cover these spreads. But Cincy is starting to get their offense going, and they're gaining some confidence. But I cannot bet against the Falcons right now because I got it at 6.5.
Yeah. That's a great number. Shit, 6.5 isn't bad. I think they want people to keep going to Atlanta to some point once they want the public on it. They're like, hey, these guys haven't stopped covering, and then once once they're a public dog or something like that, they're gonna get the hammer dropped on them. And I think Cincinnati's vastly underperformed this year. They're 3-3. They should have beat the Steelers. They lost. They beat the Jets. Ooh, actually, I think the Jets are good, but we'll move on from that. I just think it's almost a line that's telling you, hey, we really do think these guys will win by a touchdown. So that's what I'm going to go with because my first instinct was just like probably everyone else. 6 points, 6.5 points. Hot diggity dog. Nah, not here, man.
You're not falling for it?
All good things come to an end is all I'll say.
They do, but I don't know. I'm taking the AT Aliens.
Fair enough. And I've been fading them now for 3 weeks in a row. So I was on the first 4, and then at one point I said I have to stop. So
it's like a drug, man.
Were you on the Jags as well, right?
I was on the Jags.
Okay, me and you have basically picked every game different.
I know, right?
Except Tampa.
Now this may change for me.
Yeah. Of course. This is you gotta think of this as like an early look ahead show because like. Even the big talking heads I follow and the big heads, they don't bet this shit on Tuesday. There is some sharp guy that does bet it, but like most of the media personalities out there, they're just kind of giving you an opinion on what they think at the moment, and that's what we're doing.
What about their locks, though? You think they bet early on their locks? Or?
Oh, yeah, on their locks, they will bet. Because that's like us. I bet the Rams early.
Right, right.
I'm not kidding when I bet a lock, and I don't really have a lock this week. But like I said, my lock of the week is probably Tampa Bay, and that's a fucking sketch fest.
My locks are far in between right now, man.
Yeah.
So I'll let y'all know.
For sure. All right, tell me about Cleveland at Baltimore. Baltimore 6.5 point favorite.
Man, this was like, as you see my index card, I'm like circling, not circling. I don't know.
That's rough.
But I think I eventually took the Cleveland Browns. I think Nick Chubb is having a pretty good season. He's at 649 rushing yards.
Guy, everyone who picked him in like the third round of fantasy leagues are so happy.
Right,
they picked a real winner there. So shout out to them because I was there with them. I just think he's a fantastic back. I think they have a great offensive line. Jacoby Brissett's playing worse and worse as the weeks go on.
Yeah, he's starting to show his true colors.
Yeah, he's not. He's not.
He's solid still though. But Nick Chubb did not have a very good game last week. I think that's why they lost. But with the Baltimore Ravens too, they have not covered the spread.
Have they stopped
ATS
anyone besides the Jets week 1 where they won by 13? Really?
Not really. I mean, they may have won a couple games, but they have not covered that spread.
No.
And I got Cleveland, man. I think Cleveland will rush better. They'll run better this week. And this is a rivalry. Okay?
And that's what was kind of getting me to look at Cleveland. Like rivalry games in the AFC North are usually slugfest.
Right, exactly.
However, this is pick the opposite week. I'm taking Baltimore all day.
Well, I got it at +6 as well.
Okay, yeah, and that's definitely something to differentiate it to and to tell viewers. However, I think Baltimore comes in here. They've been leading in 6 games this year. They've only trailed in 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, true.
And a lot of that's Lamar's fault. He's looking for a contract. He's a fantastic player that deserves it. I mean, if you're an idiot if you let him walk.
You can't let him walk.
You can't let him walk. You go and get those pieces they need, and they will be a title contender. He's a great player.
But if he keeps because their problem is at the end of games, honestly.
Yeah.
If he keeps like throwing interceptions, fumbling, do you think that he'll get that big contract still? Yes. From Baltimore, I'll say.
It depends on if they make playoffs, but even then, it's just like at this point, if they win if they go 8-9, miss playoffs, like you're almost obligated to re-sign them because you're probably not. You're gonna have to trade up in the draft if you really want a QB. At that point, you're still gonna draft a young QB. Still have no wide receiver core. You're still gonna probably set yourself back even more without paying this guy, and then he'll go to the Lions or something and win a championship.
Well, do you think they have leverage though? Can they like, okay, well, we're gonna give you some money. We ain't gonna give you what you want. You know what I mean? But we'll give you, kind of top
Something
tier.
about Baltimore tells me they don't want to pay offensive players, so I'm a little worried about his contract situation, especially as him as his own agent. I mean,
Right. Is his mother and him, I think? Maybe his mom is part of that too, right?
Yes. So it sketches me out. But in terms of this game, I feel like Brissett's been showing his true colors is that he's not good. Cleveland's 2-4, and they're starting to reel a little bit after, they've been playing close games. And, I mean, that was a masterclass by Belichick again. We get to talk about that and how I feel about coaching influencing games.
Oh, no doubt.
It was just run the fucking ball on these guys and then throw it when they don't expect it. And, I mean, the way he was switching it up was great. And so awesome when Bailey Zappi's like, patting Belichick. He's like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
Who the
They didn't
fuck are
prepare
you?
for him. They didn't prepare for
actually
Zappy.
I actually hope he takes the job for Mac Jones. I think he is legit.
I think he is too.
And, we'll move on. Baltimore for me. Cleveland for Dre. Ooh, yeah, this is why it's fun. I get to talk about Mr. Unlimited himself is a 1-point favorite to the New York Jumbo Jets. They're a 1-point favorite. It opened a little higher. The public hates Russell Wilson. They hate him. I don't. I love you, Russell. I actually want to be your friend. If you need someone to reach out, I got you, man. We can be unlimited together.
Yeah, call his manager. Talk to his manager so you can get a call in. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, I did.
I believe in Marshawn there, but I actually, I hate when people talk shit about someone for being themselves. Like, we all know Russell Wilson's a cornball, but he is himself.
Yeah.
That is who he is.
Well, you know what? I think he is, and I think he isn't. I think once he, when he got drafted, with Wisconsin, I think he was a different type of dude. Look at his girl back then.
Oh, dude,
as compared to now,
so
he
funny.
done switched it up.
That shit's so funny.
He might have switched up his personality too.
I love the screenshot with the girl that's like soy face and like,
Right.
I'm rich.
I'm rich, bitches. Right. So I don't know, but for this particular game, I am not getting off the. Well, I'm jumping on the Jets
you're
bandwagon.
on the Jets after I've been telling you for 5 weeks
did.
the Jets are good. Bet the Jets.
Right. And I know the hoopla about, it's hard to play in Denver. But Denver looks like shiznit to me
They
right
do
now.
look like shit. That's all the more reason they're going to show out. They covered Thursday. Remember me and you on this show were like, no, we have to take the Chargers 7. And then I fucking switched it on everyone. When I posted, I was like, I thought about it. I'm like, no, not at all. Once I seen all the sharp money come in, I was like, actually,
Yeah.
this might be bad. And then once I seen Tinsley for the Chargers wasn't playing, they didn't have a real center. We knew it was going to be like, dump off to Eckler. And that's exactly what you've seen. Denver went out to a 10-0 start, blew the game, of course, because it's Denver, but
Yes.
that defense is something to be reckoned with.
It is.
I like Denver at home here. I think they win outright.
But,
Give me
okay.
the one.
Well, give me a reason not to. Okay, you give me reasons, but the Jets are hot right now, man. They are just. They look. I mean, they're like the shiny new toy, and I know how that is in gambling. That's not good, but but for some reason, I cannot. And I know Denver, covered last week, but damn it, I like the Jets. I want the Jets to win.
Everyone.
I'm on emotion right now.
I want the Jets to win too. It's not that I don't want the Jets to win. I'm just thinking like, what would I think if I was, a sports book? Well, there's a public perception that Russell Wilson is a fucking idiot, and we all hate him. He's a cornball-ass motherfucker, and he is not unlimited. He also might have a hamstring injury. They said he's day-to-day. He's playing hurt, his shoulder.
Yeah, I thought shoulder was
They
good.
they give him like an injury excuse every week because I think they want to
really do.
they want to give him the pity points.
The media does too, though. I mean,
He's got my pity points. I don't think he is terrible. But
Well-
I don't think I'm betting on him to win a game for me. I'm betting on the defense to win.
who has the better coaching? That's all I'll ask.
Nathaniel Hackett's garbage. Robert Saleh is a lot better coach in his second year.
That's not enough for you to pick the Jets?
No.
Especially with the line
No,
being
Denver.
this small?
Denver.
Okay.
Denver weather. Denver altitude. Look at what San Francisco did when they went to Denver. Everyone liked that 1.5 that Sunday night. What happened? They all got burned.
They
and
did.
I was with my boy Russ. You didn't cook, but they won. Let's move on. 2. This is a really weird line to me too, and it speaks volumes for what I will bet. It's Kansas City going on the road to San Francisco, and San Francisco's only a 2.5 point home dog. You got anything for me? Because that just screams trap.
I'm taking San Fran.
All right, you're with me.
I just think that, with my history with Kansas City, they're starting not to cover spreads now, especially away from home. Especially a place like San Fran where the defense is really, really good. San Fran, this is maybe one of the games. I know it's not a divisional game for them, but they still probably circled this game, to see where they're at, as far as an NFL team. They're going to come to play. The defense is going to come to play for sure. KC is 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games overall. San Fran is 6-0 ATS in their last 6 home games.
Home games? Okay.
Yes.
I
So
know they didn't cover.
I got San Fran.
I'm right there with you when I see a line like this. It's kind of like some of the other ones we've been going through the day. I mean, the public sentiment is for sure Kansas City's a better team. Why wouldn't they be? They're, coming off I won't even say humiliating loss, but a brawl against the Bills. They got to go on the road. They should cover 3 easy. Mahomes after a loss is only, I heard this earlier, so I'm stealing this from someone else, but Mahomes is only 8-6 against the spread after a loss. So it doesn't mean he's like, this guy that just comes out and blows teams out the water.
Right.
And I think to set a line at this is almost criminal. I think San Francisco could win this game. So it's San Francisco for me.
All right. I got on top of that, I think it was an emotional loss for the Chiefs too. So I don't know how they bounce back from that.
That was the best game of the week by far. It was wonderful.
Very entertaining.
Very wonderful to watch that because it was the under 54 was the bet too. I was looking at very heavily. It's just like, are they really going to score that many? And they came out and I don't think I was talking to you. I was talking to someone else, but a lot of points got left on the board early just because they wanted to go for it at 4th and goal or throw a pick in the end zone, shit like that. I believe the Chiefs at one point went for it, got the first down on 4th and 1, which was good, and then threw a pick in the end zone or something like that. So a lot of points got left on the board for people betting that.
So true.
All right, we got 3 more left for you. Seattle's a 6-point dog on the road going to Los Angeles. The Chargers. They didn't cover on Monday. They probably let a lot of people down. I think, to me, I'd love to bet them. Why wouldn't I love betting the Chargers? Not so fast. Seattle has a young secondary that's good. They have an offense that's hungry still. I don't think they were planning to even contend. They're technically tied for the lead in their division. Chargers are a pretty girl, but they don't cover.
No, I got you on that. I'm picking Seattle too. They never cover. They've disappointed me, multiple times. I know they did win the game last week, but they did not cover, and that bothered me. I think Seattle is offensively they look pretty good. They're gaining confidence too, man.
They're not inept. Kenneth Walker, man, he's the guy.
Kenneth Walker. That probably was the best thing for them to put that guy in
So
there.
sad.
Because of an injury,
I'm
but
so
still.
sad the Bills didn't get him, man. I seen it in
man.
mock drafts. I was like, yes, they're getting my guy. And then they drafted boy out of Georgia,
Yeah.
Cook. Yeah,
Which I
James
thought,
Cook.
you know,
he hasn't really produced any. I mean,
not yet, you know.
you're one sample size from,
Right.
that is, a decent game from Seattle last week, but I actually think he's going to be great in the league. He's that guy to me. But yeah,
I got
Chargers don't
C-Town.
cover, man.
Yeah, they just don't cover.
And they should get their center back. Like this
Yeah.
is the spot for them to probably crush a team.
But will they?
And honestly, to me, this is the one game I might switch up come Sunday. So
Okay.
once again, check the
I'm
post.
pretty clear that I got Seattle.
Fair.
And then I chose these bums to win a division, man. Come on, get it together, Chargers. I'm not saying that they can't. It's still early. They can get their stuff together. They still got a good team. I don't trust the coaching either, though.
J.C. Jackson got benched.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? I was
Isn't
like,
that fucked up? $100 million man getting benched in games. That's not what you want to see.
not at all.
Your all pro left tackle has, hurt for the year, but the guy that replaced him playing great.
It's playing great, though, yeah.
So
what can you say?
respect to him. We have to wrap it up with two games. This is where the fun games are gone and the shit games. Like, these are primetime games. They're supposed to be good football games. These aren't that great of games to me. Pittsburgh going on the road to Miami. Miami a 7-point favorite. Tua's supposedly returning. Everything in me wants to bet Pittsburgh. It's opposite week. I guess I have to ride with the Finns.
This one gave me a migraine because I don't know who the hell to choose, man. I mean, on one hand, I know Pitt played well last game. I mean, I don't know where it was. Tampa Bay, right? Who they play?
Yeah, they beat Tampa
They beat
Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But see, I don't know where Tampa Bay is at right now, so I can't really put a lot on that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they needed a victory, and they got it.
Yeah, rainy game too.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Kind of a weather game. So.
Yeah, they had to play in the elements. But Tua's coming back supposedly.
That's
he
the
should be
thing,
back.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's gonna be. But in the end, though, I'm gonna choose Miami for now. Like I said, I just don't feel good about this game at all. And it's 7. That's just a weird spread to me for these teams.
If it's so weird, that's the thing. When I see a number this large, after a team just won at home against, a supposed, Super Bowl caliber team, they have a great defense. I don't know about the offense still in the, still up for discussion, but it's kind of like Cincinnati when I'm just like, oh, I should smash Pittsburgh. I guess I have to take Miami here because I just see it as like the book wants you to take that 6. They need you to publicly back a few dogs every week that'll let you down. That's one of them.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. It's just too weird of a game.
And like I said, and this is probably the one week I'll probably just stay away from primetime games. I'll probably just bet a lock, maybe a couple parlays, call it a week. It's
Boom.
when my
That's a
Bills
good
aren't
idea.
playing, it's a different vibe.
That's
And
a
NBA
great
is
idea.
coming back tonight. Go Pistons, by the way. We will say this right now. Pistons 3.5 looks good, but don't do it, friends. Friends don't let friends bet the Pistons on opening night.
One quick thing about the Pistons: do they win over 36 games?
No,
They don't go over 36.
They might
Okay.
win 30. I'm praying for about 27.
So no playoffs then. No play in.
It's the only team I really ride for.
I'm a
And,
Pistons fan. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, they're the only team I
fucks with the
actually ride
Pistons.
for, good or bad. Well, I mean, I ride for some really bad football teams like the Commanders, and yeah, look where that's gotten me. I've been right on them almost every game this year. Fun fact, 5-1 in that regard.
True.
But let's move to the Monday night cap. Who is betting the Bears here? They're 8-point favorites against the Patriots at home. I can see the Patriots winning this game by 40, man.
I got the Pats, and that's a lock for me.
That one,
One is a
this
lock.
is the only one I'm considering betting. Like literally, I'm there with you. I'm not gonna switch it up because there's everything in my mind. There's like what the fuck are the Bears gonna do? Like, the only way they get by is if they just have really good clock management and then make smart decisions in the red zone, which they didn't last week to an inferior team in the Commanders.
Yeah.
And they were at home. New England might rout these guys, so
For
I'm
real.
right there with you.
I think Chicago can't score enough points in this game, in order to cover the spread. They're 0-4 ATS in their last 4 in week 7, just in week 7.
Just week 7.
So that's a little bit of history for you. But any
They
New
probably play the
England,
Chiefs every year. Who they,
Right.
Like,
You
I
know,
mean, that's
it's
the,
craziness.
it's weird where people pick these stats out from.
yeah, I mean, New England looks focused to me, and I think Belichick is coaching his ass off as usual. So
Crazy how good
this
he
is a lot for me. I'm taking them at -8.
And they just chip away at teams any way possible. Like, it's incredible what they do week in and week out. And that was my thing about last week. It was like, them and Cleveland are the same team, but one's coached a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And one
Right.
has a lot better defense.
Yeah.
Which was the Patriots. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been suspect about Cleveland all year. I've been telling you since week 3 that defense is kind of sus. They got names, but
Right.
it kind of reminds me of Green Bay. They got names.
Just
but
names.
They're
What
not
does that mean?
producing. Or the
Right.
Chargers. Actually, the
Char-
Chargers
okay,
too.
yeah.
The Chargers too. They're just not producing.
Well, you know what? I think you missed one game.
What game I miss?
Texans and the Raiders.
Oh, fuck, I didn't write that down. Yeah, we have to talk about that real quick before we head out.
This is a team.
We'll call that a bonus.
This is a game that I just did not know.
Fucking
Shit.
A.
And it's I got it at Raiders are 7.
Yeah,
They're
I got
minus 7.
I got the Raiders 7. We'll talk about this for 2 seconds.
For
because
real, man. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna take the
I'd
Texans.
rather just get out of here than talk about the Texans.
Texans, man. You know what? Because I don't trust the Raiders right now. They have given me no trust throughout this season. Texans haven't either, but at least the Texans have covered some big games. So I'm gonna take them.
I'm pissed. I was trying to count the fucking games. I was like, I got 14 here. I like Vegas here. I've been telling you they play close to every team they play. They could have beat the Chiefs. They could have beat Tennessee. They could have beat, I don't know who else they fucking lost to. Denver? Or no, they got stomped against Denver.
Did they lose to Denver? Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, they lost to Denver at home. That was the one game Denver put up like 30.
Yeah. Oh,
But
that's man.
I think for
You still got the Raiders?
why is a 1-4 team a 7-point favorite over a 1-3-1 team?
Yeah, that's very peculiar.
That's a little odd to me. I'll give Texans 7 because I still don't think they're great. Even though both teams are coming off a bye. Maybe that's why they're the forgotten game of the week.
I got Texans.
But yeah, that's every game. Any locks? Any real leans? Any?
My lock right now is the Pats over the Bears. And then the rest of that, I don't know. I was going to choose Tennessee as a lock against the Colts, but I'm not. That's not my lock. That's not going to be a lock for me. But I'll probably have another lock though. Just stay tuned, guys.
I've made some disgusting picks today. it looks crazy, but I actually think I'm going to stick with my guns here. Lock of the week, I'm probably going to Cincy -6 or Tampa Bay -11. I can just see myself picking on Carolina the rest of the season. There's no way around it.
They're a good fade right now.
There's no way around it, but with NBA season looming and all of that, once again, be responsible out there. Don't fumble the bag, man.
Stay tuned for my Twitter because I will be giving some NBA picks as well.
There you go. Yeah, I probably won't give you my loser picks. So Dre has you covered. He's a lot better than me at that. So yeah, take care, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Don't fumble the bag.